2, 3, 4. Hello, I'm Adrian Ross and welcome to another episode of Quick Drag. Today we are reviewing the final episode of Canada's Drag Race Season 1. With me today is a special drag artist co-host making their drag debut from Toronto, Ontario. It's Ella Menopy. Hi Adrian, thank you so much for having me. Did you get a chance to see the finale? Of course I did. I have a feeling we're going to agree on a lot. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Well, let's get right into it. The top three come into the workroom after Jimbo's elimination and the girls congratulate Scarlett, and once again are talking about track records. They just can't stop talking about wins and records. The good part about this conversation is that they agree that they're all kind of on the same page at this point in terms of their track record. Yeah, Scarlett finally has a maxi win and has never been in the bottom. And Priyanka and Rita have both lip-synced twice, but have 2 and 3 wins respectively. It's truly anyone's game at this point. It all comes down to this last challenge for sure, but this time it's for all the marbles. One of these 3 whores is going to be Canada's first drag superstar. It's a new day in the workroom and the top 3 girls are talking about how they each bring something different to the competition. Rita is the experienced French-Canadian diva, Bobo is the punk princess and advocate for underrepresented drag, and Priyanka is a pop star who knows her brand and delivers it at all times. Brooke comes into the workroom to introduce the final maxi challenge of the season. Each of the top 3 will be writing and performing verses for a brand new remix of RuPaul's You Wear It Well. I feel like each of these queens will bring something different and amazing to this challenge. That said, I do feel like this challenge has Priyanka written all over it. If you remember, she won the rap challenge earlier in the season, where they had to do the same thing of writing and performing a verse and learning choreography. Bobo was also a top in that challenge, so I wouldn't count her out either. That's true, and Rita is an amazing singer, so still anybody's game, I guess. For this challenge, we see some familiar faces as well. We have Ralph back to oversee the girls recording their vocals, and Hollywood Jade back again to teach the girls choreography. I kind of like that there's a few people, Ralph, Hollywood Jade, and Tracy Melchor, who's this week's guest host, who we've seen before and come back again. Canada's Drag Race has really made it feel like a family. Absolutely. We see Rita recording her vocals. What did you think about her performance while recording? She's a professional. She knows what she's doing when it comes to vocal performance. As a singer myself, I really loved that Ralph was encouraging her to record harmonies. There's nothing like a good 3-part harmony to make your ears perk up. I loved it. In addition to recording vocals, each of the queens has a little meeting on the runway with Jeffrey Boyer-Chapman and Tracy Melchor. First to do so was Scarlet Bobo. Any thoughts on that? Aside from Scarlett, but more so in general, didn't you feel like Tracy was trying to have an Oprah moment with each of them? It was very, tell me about the hardest thing you've ever gone through to pull out these emotions from the queens. 100%, but it worked. Except for Rita, who was like, yeah, that was hard, but it made me a great drag artist, so let's talk about why I'm amazing and should win. She definitely turned it around on them. Hey, focus on what makes you a winner, right? That part. Priyanka records with Ralph. What did you think about that? I like that Pri came in being like, this is what I want to do, part of it is singing, and I'm going to need your help finding the notes. She knew her weaknesses and that Ralph could help her succeed in the place where she was feeling vulnerable. And truthfully, Priyanka can sing. Yeah. From what we saw in this segment, she did a great job, and I love that she's willing to make fun of herself a little bit too. Scarlett is recording. I wouldn't say she is a singer. Ralph was really trying with her. Them trying to match notes was giving me all the anxiety. Cringe. But they always seem to get that good take and make it sound good. And I mean, it's the finale. They're not gonna have the girls looking boo-boo. Exactly. Next, the final 3 come onto the runway to learn the choreography with Hollywood Jade. Not only that, but Brooke is going to be sitting on the stage watching them while they learn it. The big decision comes at the end of this challenge. I feel like Brooke wanted to make sure she had all the information to make the right decision at the end of it all. Or maybe she just wanted to put some pressure on the queens. Maybe. What were your thoughts on the choreo? Rita was having a bit of a struggle, but she'll practice more and it'll be fine. And I think it's the same with Pri. She was making some faces and seemed overwhelmed with learning the choreography, but I have full confidence that they'll all pull it together and have a sensational performance. It's Coronation Day in the workroom, can you believe it? The girls are getting ready for the runway and reflect on the season. They talk worst looks of the season, Rita teabagging Kiara, the snatch game, the puppet challenge, all the tears they've shed. So many moments. I may be biased, but this is truly my favorite season of Drag Race in quite some time. Canada has proved why Canadian drag needs an international platform. The queens on this season have been the shit and created incredible television. I'm so sad for it to be over. I need many more seasons immediately. We move to the final runway and it goes right into the final performance. Seeing these Canadian dolls, queens that I've seen in my local bars performing on the main stage, delivering their own verses to a song by the drag queen of all drag queens, RuPaul, it's such an iconic and truthfully overwhelming moment. And deliver they did. What did you think about the verses and performances? Pri was up first and she was giving everything. It was sexy, it was on brand, she poked fun at herself. I thought the verse was really well written and her movement throughout the song was really great. Next up was Scarlett. Scarlett's verse had some really great moments. She was fully performing it. The commitment to her performance really shone through. I don't know that it was my favorite verse personally, but I thought she delivered it very strongly. And finally, Rita. Rita really impressed me with her movement. She must have spent some hours going over it because she was right there with Scarlett and Priyanka giving the full choreo without missing a step. The harmonies that she recorded really amped up the quality of her verse. It was so beautiful to listen to because of that. She did an incredible job. And now time for the final runway looks. The category is Coronation Eleganza, their very best drag. Rita was first on the runway. When she turned that corner, I was surprised. This gown was stunning. The green makeup was definitely a striking look. If she wanted to make an impression, this look, head to toe, was definitely gonna do that. And next on the runway was Scarlet Bobo. She said this was her most glamorous look to date. I kind of question that, to be honest. I think the gown, hair, and makeup that she had for the pageant runway was her most glamorous. That said, this outfit is stunning and has just enough of an off-kilter, hard edge aesthetic to make it perfectly Bobo. I thought she looked great. And last but not least on the runway, Priyanka. Bitch, when she turned that corner, I gasped. She truly did save the best for last. This gown is so stunning. She's representing her culture and doing it in the best way possible. It was outstanding. We could talk about the judges' critiques, but it is the finale, so we know it's all going to be positive. Exactly. I don't think they had a single bad thing to say about any of them. And fair, let's celebrate these final three for doing incredible all season. But they did ask why each of them should win Canada's Drag Race. Rita said that she's been doing drag for 13 years and knows who she is, that she's won the most challenges, and that she wants to represent for the French Canadians. Scarlett says that she didn't fit into certain drag categories, and so she wants to represent for those underappreciated forms and types of drag. Priyanka talks about the connection with an audience, utilizing drag to make people feel included and part of it. That even if she falls, that people can feel lifted by what she does. The girls are sent to the workroom to untuck while the judges deliberate, and gag. The entire cast is back in the workroom. I know we didn't have a reunion before the finale, and I'm still kind of hoping there will be a digital one or something like that coming out soon, but I'm not gonna hold my breath on that. But it was so nice to see them kikiing in the workroom all together. No stakes of the competition left. They've all either been eliminated or done what they had to do, so it was just social and fun. I loved it. It was so great to see them all together again. I wish it could have gone on longer, but it's back to the runway. On the runway, we get to see each of the queens from the season walk the runway. I absolutely love that they did this. It was amazing. And so many of them looked incredible. Juice looked stunning. Starzy wore my pussy out. That look was everything. It was cool that they all got to be there for the crowning as well. But before the crowning, one last time, we're going to have a final lip sync to see what these queens have. They seemed really shocked by this, but did they think they wouldn't have to lip sync before the winners announced? Yeah, I didn't understand why they were so surprised by that. Maybe they thought it was just going to be based on what they did, but here they are lip syncing to Love Inc. You're a Superstar. What did you think of the lip sync? I was super impressed that Bobo and Rita both had costumes that looked gorgeous for a finale, but also had the ability to tear away for a costume that they could perform in. It was well thought out for sure. They all did a great job. Rita looked regal, Priyanka was emoting, and Scarlett was giving great movement. And them all ending in the song Hand in Hand at the end was the perfect cherry on top. The ballots from the judges get handed in, and the winner of Canada's Drag Race and the first Canadian drag superstar is Priyanka! A huge congratulations to Priyanka, a well-deserved win. Thank you so much, Ella, for being here, and thank you to everyone for watching Quick Drag this season. We will definitely be back for season 2 of Canada's Drag Race, but who knows what we'll get up to before then. If you've enjoyed the content you've been getting, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you won't miss whatever is next from Quick Drag.